Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic, and welcome back to another YouTube channel everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back together again, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about another Celebration and Cinema Review movie, which is Halloween Kills. So, I know that this is not really the best proper version of cinema, but for me, this is one of my all-time guilty pleasures. Movies that I tend to enjoy more than others, and I would say that this is one of my favorite Halloween films. As this was, and also what's kind of special about this movie is it's also the first R-rated movie I went to go see in the theater. It was 2021, and I went to go see this with my family, and I watched Halloween 2 as well as Halloween 2018 before this, and so leading up to it, I watched Halloween Kills, and honestly, one of my favorite movie. It was one of my favorite movie experiences of all time. So now let's go ahead and start talking about this film. So the story with this movie, I actually kind of like, except it kind of does a little bit too much. I like this story setup where it actually focuses on the survivors of Michael Myers, where all the little kids that we saw in Halloween 1978 as well as Halloween 2 1981, we get to see that they're grown up, how they've grown up, how they've changed, but still have those personalities of when they were kids, and you forget about all this stuff. Because all you remember is Michael Myers, Laurie Strode, and some of the sex scenes in the 1978 film. But with this movie, it's like, it actually brings those characters back and actually has a interesting story with each and every one of them that I thought was very interesting. Even the Officer Hawkins character, where he accidentally killed his partner, and even though they got Michael, he lost someone that day, but it wasn't because of Michael, it was because of him. And I thought that was an interesting story. And then even exploring more of the Laurie Strode stuff, and that she wasn't allowed to talk about Michael, and just all these interesting stories in the way that they did it, I just thought was incredible. And the acting, and that she wasn't allowed to talk about Michael just because it was such a big tragedy. She wasn't allowed to ignite that tragedy. It was just so. It's very heartbreaking because you can't talk, because of the tragedy is so big, you can't talk about it. And I think that's kind of interesting when it comes to most tragedies. The other thing I liked about this movie is the way they actually do certain scenes where they have certain kills, and you have certain people what if Michael killed someone near the block of where Laurie's place was, and it creates for an interesting concept. And also, what if he killed the people that were in the Myers house living in them now? It's an interesting concept, if not gonna lie. So, I liked the story with this movie, and I thought it was very good, even if it has some messy plot holes. And once again, the characters in this movie, of course, we don't really get much of Laurie Strode in this film, because she's mostly just in a hospital bed. I love the way that they just continued the mom and the daughter characters. I love them. I love seeing the survivor characters coming in. And I also love the story that Tommy Doyle became this leader, that because he's been haunted by Michael all this time, he is just uniting a whole mob of people to go ahead and finish Michael off once and for all. And it's a very interesting story when you think about that. And even the Officer Hawkins character and how that's portrayed on him. And really, I just love that it's a film with tons of kills, but it's also a film about trauma. And it's about how people have been traumatized by this, and then they get killed in the end. And that's kind of the sad part about that. And I think that's really a really tough thing about the film. So that's my thoughts on the characters on this film. Now, the score for this movie, I don't know when I went to go, before I went to go see this film, I was listening to the score on Spotify, and all the scores that I was hearing, it was fantastic. The one where Michael attacks the officers in his house, and it's like, it sounds like a rattlesnake, or the opening title, it's so great, it's so fresh, and the score, once again, the Halloween films don't mess with the score. They are awesome. So the score in this movie is great. And easily the best thing about this movie, as it's in the title, is the kill count. Michael kills so many people in this movie. I mean, he starts off by killing 2 officers. That's in a flashback. Also, fun fact, I love the way they actually visualized the 1978 scenes and the stuff in the past. The way that they actually casted Loomis to come back, even though he's passed away, still good. He kills first responder firemen. He kills people that are near Laurie's house. He kills the people that are in the Myers house. He kills every mob of people that Tommy Doyle assembled to take down Michael once and for all. And it was just like an interesting story to come towards, and I love all the kills, and I love all of them. They're all brutal. Someone gets stabbed in the eyes, and then even when Michael gets brutally beaten up, it's brutal. So I love this movie. It's a guilty pleasure because mostly of the kills. I can acknowledge so many story beats and stuff, but honestly, I love it because of the enjoyment of the kills. And that is my thoughts on Halloween Kills. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the best section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.